Hello, parents and athletes. This is James Weckesser. I'm the head coach at Beaver Creek Track and Field. I am giving you a video slash slideshow slash some websites that we use during the season as our informational meeting. Usually we do an informational meeting the first week of December. Obviously, for this year, there's a lot of different variables going on, so we're adapting. And I apologize. I wanted to make this video about a month ago. It is January 4th now, but a lot of things happened in my life, and I think everyone's okay with that. So here we are. This is our preseason video, which is posted on our website, which we'll talk about in a minute. We also have their schedule. Then we have some result websites I'm going to show you and some calendar websites I'm going to show you also in this presentation. So we'll switch back and forth as we discuss the 2021 Beaver Creek Track and Field season. First, on our website or in the slideshow, you can see right away, we have our theme. See if my marker works. It does. Good. The theme is, we always have a theme so the kids and the coaches in the program can work towards something every year. And we like to have a theme for the kids so they have a goal with that theme. And this year's theme is Own the Process. And we'll talk about that through this slideshow in detail as we go on. So I just want to explain that to you. So I'm going to try to... There we go. Okay. Slide 2, coaches. Of course, on top, this is Jim Weckesser. It's me. I'm the head coach. I'm the boys distance coach. This is my 7th year at Beaver Creek for coaching track and field as a head coach. I'm also the boys distance coach in cross country and in track. We have Howard Russ. He is the girls distance coach. He's also the head cross country coach. We have Ken Rendering. He is the pole vault coach. He'll be at the pole vault pit 99% of the time. He also goes to long jump and high jump at times, and sometimes hurdles even. We have Jeff Moore, who came up from the middle school about 4 years ago. He is one of our sprint coaches. He's got a couple daughters on a team you'll probably notice as the seniors. There's 3 of them that are very, very good leaders. We have Kaylee Moss. She's a teacher at the elementary school. She's our sprint and hurdle coach. We have Tim Hendricks. He's our throws coach. He'll be at the throw areas for the shot put, discus, and some hammer throw at times. We have Kaylin Daniels. She came to us from Wright State University. She'll do some jumps and some sprints, possibly some hurdles too. Wade Climby, he's our sprint and hurdle coach. He also coaches cross country. And sometimes he'll be with the distance guys or mid-distance boys or girls. And he'll mainly do sprints and hurdles. We have Mike Stevenson. He coached cross country for the first time this year. He's our volunteer assistant coach this year. He'll be helping out with the boys distance. All right, what is track? Track is my life. I've been around track my entire life. I think I ran my first race about 40 years ago in track, and I grew up in track in elementary school. You know, with other sports, I played every sport there was in elementary school and some in high school. But in high school, I ran track. I ran track in college, and then I started coaching right out of college. So I've been around track probably around 40 years of my 45 years of my life. And so it's my life. I've been head coach at Centerville High School and at Beaver Creek now for 8 total years. I've also coached cross country for the last 20 years also. So it is my life, and I'm passionate about it. I love it. Love everything about it because everyone can be successful. And there's success in every student, and there's no bench. Every kid will participate in an event and participate in meets. What is track? Track is a competitive environment. And we discuss this a lot with the students because some kids, a lot of kids come out because it is competitive. They love to compete, and it gives them a way to compete. But some kids come out and they don't want to compete, and they're not sure what competition is. And so it's not only a competition with your competitors, but also it's a competition with yourself. And that's the main reason that track is awesome, because you could be first place or you could be last place and you can have a bad race, no matter who you are, because you're competitive with yourself, with the time maybe or a standard you want to hit every day. So we talk to kids about how track is a competitive environment where we teach them to compete. That's the main thing we want to teach them after good character is competing. What is track? We are very successful at track. We have been successful the last couple of years, and we will drive towards success. We love success. And success is not just winning championships, but it also, like I discussed a couple minutes ago, it's defined in a lot of different variables. But the last couple of years, we've been very successful. Boys won the GWalk in 2017. And the GWalk is the major Division I conference in the Dayton area. Girls won it the last 2 years. And then last year, obviously in 2020 was canceled, but we were the reigning champs and we were heavy favorites. And then last year, also in 2019, we had 4 individual state champions, which is unbelievable. We had a great team, and we are thriving on that success. What is track? Track is a team sport. Everyone thinks it's an individual sport, but we talk about it is as a team sport. Everything we do is as a team. We don't want kids to be individuals or be looked at as individuals. We want them on our team as a teammate. And I think this is very important for life, especially how remote we've been the last 9 months for the kids' school lives and how everyone's been distanced and everything. The team aspect of a workplace, these qualities we'll teach them on our team for future life endeavors. Everything we talk about is team for your job and your future job in college and things like that. But we talk about how important the team is over the individual on a daily basis. What is track? Track is a varsity sport. We treat it as a varsity sport. And it's hard to think about that sometimes as individual sports, but track is a varsity sport. You can earn a varsity letter in track as a freshman. We have time standards to earn that. If you run a certain time or distance or throw a certain distance, there's time standards for that. You can win a race or a competition and get a varsity letter, or you can be in half the varsity competitions and earn a varsity letter. There are many ways to earn a varsity letter. We have about 250 kids in our team. Usually about 70 earn a varsity letter throughout the year. 35 boys, 35 girls, because they are competitive and they travel to varsity meets, or they hit a time standard, or they win. We want to endorse all those. Core values of the team. Here's the main core values I talk about in the classroom, and I will try to embrace these with the students. These are 3 aspects. I think if we teach them anything, this is the most important of the team. Be there every day. Just like in school, if you're there every day, you're going to be successful. If you're there every day at track, you'll be successful. If you're there every day for your job, you'll be successful in your job. So be there every day is our first core value. Number 1 is do your job. And also I say turn it in the classroom or pay your bills when you're older. Things like that are all doing your job. And if you do that every single day at your job, you will be successful. So in track, you're supposed to go there and do your work every day. What is my workout? What am I working on today, coach? They ask that. Last is respect. Sometimes they say be cool in the classroom, but respect is just respecting yourself, right? By valuing your time and working hard when you're at practice. Respect is respecting your teammates and your coaches. All of us are giving time, and time is the most valuable resource. So respecting yourself, your teammates, and your coach's time. When you're at track, you should be working hard and being there every day. So that's our main core values. So we also have, I'm not sure if I have this later in the slide or not, but our other main core values that we also stick by, we have 4 other ones. 1, family comes first. And whenever you make a decision as a family, we abide by that as a track team and coaching staff. So under family is religion or any family events you have. We understand family always comes first. We want to teach that to the students. Number 2, we say academics comes second. And we want to embrace that with students, that getting good grades and working hard in school always comes second after family, but it also comes third before track. So if you have a test or a big project and you need to do something like that, or you have an after school assignment that's very, very important, you need to talk to your coach, and we'll try to work our way around that. But these are our three main priorities. And then fourth, if there's anything extracurricular not in season. So like if you have a job, if you're in whatever volleyball and you're out of season, or if you're in a club sport, that always comes after track. So these are our four other core values that we try to teach the students that we abide by as a team. Own the process. What does this mean? And so this is our theme this year, OTP, or own the process. And I have two words here: ownership, which I want the kids to all take ownership. And they're young adults or adults now. I want them to learn the idea that ownership and taking self-worth and self-value and owning your time and your work ethic is very important. We also want to teach them this year that process is very important. Whatever it is, a job, your life, your family, budgeting, whatever you're trying to do in your life, the process is very important. Not just the end goal. Like the process is actually more enjoyable than the end. And we try to teach them that because we've won many state titles. We've won many awards. But the championship meet or the state title is just part of the process. And the actually enjoyable part is practicing every day and competing on every weekend. The end result could change and you can't control that. So we teach them that they can own the process on three different areas. Number one, they can own their success or process on every day is their effort. Their effort level is very important for the process. Number two is execution. How do they execute? Practice, their event, their race strategy. How do they execute? They can control this. They can control effort. They can control execution. And three, and one of the most important, hard to learn at this age, is on task versus off task thinking or behavior. So they can own what they're doing three ways we will teach them this year: their effort, their execution, and their on task versus off task thinking or behavior. And we're going to discuss those with the students every day at practice, every day at meets. And these are the three questions I like to ask kids after they compete too. Very simple. I have 4 boys of my own. And I like to ask them these 3 questions after a competition. Not right away. Usually I let them decompress a little bit and think about it. But my son played a basketball game last weekend. I asked them. They lost. I asked them, okay, let's see what you can control. Did you control your effort? Was your effort good? Did you control your execution? Did you execute the play like your coach asked you to? Did you control your on-task and off-task thinking? Did you control what you were thinking during the game? Can you control that? If you did those 3 things, I think we can define success, even though you lost, as a successful day. So these are the 3 things we'll discuss them with. This is what we call the controllables. And I'll talk about that with the students, athletes. The controllables. Can you control the controllables? Did you control the controllables? If they said yes, then it was a success, and we'll teach them that. Tryouts. What are track tryouts? And this is new. We started this last year, and we're going to keep going with this direction to get kids to look at this as not just going out for track, but actually trying out for track. We have 4 areas of concentration you're going to try out in. You can just try out for sprinters. You can try out for throwing. You can try out for distance. And you can try out for pole vaults. We want to have kids, because there's a lot of different kids on our team, 250 plus, a concentration area. And also we want to have kids a focus. Okay, if you want to make the team, you need to look at one of these areas and work hard for one of those areas. But those are our 4 main areas on our team. The hurdles is always a good question. That comes under sprinters. We teach kids how to sprint first If you want to do hurdles, that comes under the sprinting category. So does high jump and long jump. And that's also some good questions. But they cannot do those unless they also first sprint. You just can't come out to our team and be a long jumper or a high jumper. We want well-rounded athletes, students that can do lots of different things, and we'll teach you and coach you to be a well-rounded athlete. And for these tryouts, if you do the work, we don't cut anybody, but we do cut people. We do tell them not to come back if they're not buying by our core values. Our 3 core values before, remember I told you, be there, right? Do your job, right? And let's look back up here real quick. Respect and respect. If you could do those 3 things the first couple weeks of practice, you'll make the team. If not, we will tell you not to come back. And we have that right as coaches to ask you not to come back. So we have done that before. Tryouts defined. Core values, like I just said, be there, do your work, and respect, and you'll make the team. Be early to practice and last to leave, right? That is a quality of a good teammate. Warm up perfect and win the warm up. This is something you can control. This is how you can be a great athlete. You can control your warm up. It's a big thing in track and field, so you don't get injured, especially since we start training in January, February, and March, where it's pretty cold. If you don't warm up, you could pull something because you're cold and tight. Focused on drills and details. Drills are very important. That's one of the number one ways you can get faster is by doing running drills. Effort during the workout phases. What is your effort? Are you slowing down before the finish line? Listen and learn every day. This is a key right here. Listen. Do you listen? Are you a student of the sport? At practice, during practice, and not at practice? Do you go home and try to get better by reading, by researching? Do you want to be better? Are you positive every day? Number 8. Are you a positive person? You come to practice and be negative, that's a major flag for us as coaches, and we will try to get rid of you if you are negative. You need to turn that negativity into positivity. Are you a leader outside of practice and at practice? And so obviously this has to do with discipline also. So if you're not behaving well in the classroom, that's another flag for us. So these are tryouts. Those are our 9 values for tryouts that we'll be looking at for students. Ownership defined, and this is part of the owning your tryouts. Act, state, or right of possessing. Respect yourself and your time. I talked about that before. Your time. Respect the team. Respect the sport, right? Track is a great sport. You have to love it, and you will love it. If you don't love it, then why are you there? We'll ask you that. Respect the coaches. Respect hard work. What is hard work? Do you know how to work hard? Do you really know how to work hard? Be thankful with gratitude. And that's just a little about owning. This is about self-ownership. Are the kids taking self-ownership? Process defined. A series of actions and steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. For our team, we have these details. Be there on time, which we talked about. Warm up perfect, which we talked about. Ancillary work. We have the core. Are you doing your core after practice? Are you in the weight room? Are you rolling? Are you stretching? Are you cooling down? Are you sleeping? Are you eating correctly? Respect in an asset to the community. Are you respectful in an asset to the community? An asset to the community, or does the community not want you there? The community is the team and also Beaver Creek. You should be helpful. Are you the last to leave? Be the last to leave. That's very important. Practice and race. This is what varsity is. This is where we ask you these questions. If you want to be varsity, right? These are some questions asked. Do you compete with a plan? Do you compete with a purpose? Do you compete with passion? Those are varsity athletes usually. A plan, a purpose, and with passion. You can tell in the eyes of a person when they're racing and competing if they have that plan, purpose, and passion. Every coach can tell that right away. Very easy to tell. Practice schedule. So now we're going into the schedule now, and this is very flexible, and this is going to change obviously because of the climate we're in right now in 2021. So right now, the spring outdoor starting February 22nd. These are the tryouts. This is the first week of practice, 3:10 to 5 o'clock starting on February 22nd. Practice will start every day at 3:10. Be there right in the middle of the field. We'll have a short meeting and we'll leave. If you need to go to the trainer, you go after the meeting, or you go before the meeting when school gets out and be at the meeting and come back to the trainers. But you always talk to your coach before that by email. Priority list. And this is our priorities I talked about before. Family comes first. Academics comes second. Track comes third. And outside activities, appointments, job, and club sports are fourth. So make sure you know that. You're going to say, hey, coach, I have to work this Friday. I can't go to the track meets. I'm going to say, hey, guess what? Your job comes after track. You know you need to schedule that outside of track. If you don't schedule that, that is not my fault. That is your fault. Your club sports, obviously a club sport comes second to any high school sport. And your appointments, think about your appointments. When are you scheduling those? So make sure you talk to your coaches about that. Multi-sport athletes. Our team is comprised of over 90% of multi-sport athletes, closer to 95 actually. We have varsity athletes from every sport at the high school. We work with everyone in their schedule, and we help kids run faster, jump higher, and throw farther. We work with everybody. We work with lots and lots of different sports. We love multi-sport athletes. Every track team in the state of Ohio represented by multi-sport athletes. Basketball, soccer, all sports, football. Okay, a couple things real quick. Here's final forms. These are some just agenda things. Must be completed to date and physical up to date before practice starts. You need to have all that finished. Biggest problem with returning people is clicking on your sports. Make sure you click on the sport for each season. Everybody has to do that, mom and dad and students. Renewing your agreement, the athlete's signature in every single season. You have to renew that every season for every sport. So make sure you look at that, and I will flag you and tell you you need to redo that too. But look at that before the season starts. Pay to play. I'm pretty sure this is still the money. This is $250 for each sport at the high school. This money goes to the main office. We as coaches never touch money. We never touch money. The AD never touches money. It goes to the front office. So talk to the people in the front office about the money. You can also do it online, and there's some online options. Multi-sport and family discount. Please contact Mrs. Bisick. She's our school treasurer. That's her phone number. Here's her extension. Here's her email. Please contact her. Team fees. We do a team fee, and this pays for everything that you need throughout the season. This covers your team shirts, your dinner, your banquet, other incidentals throughout the season. So it's only $40. You get a sweet long sleeve dry fit. A lot of times we give you a cotton shirt too. We'll give you some food every once in a while. Things like that. If we have leftover money, we try to spend it. But it always goes to you as athletes. Sometimes we buy shots, disc, pole vault poles, things like that with it too. But it never goes anything else besides that. Never give money to coaches. I said that before, or the AD office. This money goes to a parent representative, or we can do PayPal right now. There's an option for that, and that's on the parent website, which I'll show you in a second. Or we can do Mrs. Hess. She had 2 students that graduated last year. They're both our captains. She's in room 1051 at the high school. She also has a box in her classroom for all checks. Again, I'm a coach. I don't want to see that money. I don't want to touch it. So it goes to Mrs. Hess downstairs, put it in her box. One of the parent representatives will come and pick it up because she was a parent. She helps with that. Fundraising. We try and play it low key for spring sports. You guys are tired of fundraising by now. So we do restaurant nights. Look for emails and final forms and handouts. We also help out with a local marathon, downtown Xenia, which I'm pretty sure will probably be canceled this year because everything else is. So we may ask for volunteers for that, but that's really cool. We get some money for that. We also have the NOLA Gardens gift card. It's a very local company in Beaver Creek. We sell these gift cards. I think they're $25, and we get so much money of that every time we sell a gift card. So if you want to sell one of those, do it. We don't make it mandatory, but it's really cool for Knollwood Gardens, especially if you're going to get some spring stuff in the spring. Talk to those people. They're great. And these help pay for some other cool stuff for you guys. We pay for other team ideas. Clothing and spiritware. We will have an online store this year. That'll be on the parent website. We'll give you a uniform. We give everybody a uniform. This must be returned this year, just like last year, because we have a new nice Nike uniform. A couple years ago, we did you buy their own uniforms, you get to keep it. The kids like that, but now the school wanted to give us uniforms. We're taking that through our team fees. You must supply or order plain black shorts. Most people wear black tights, almost like short tights or long tights. This is where it's leggings right here. Leggings, Spanx, quarter tights, or anything plain black with no logos or stripes. You can also wear short running shorts. If you're a thrower, throwers can wear longer shorts, but not runners. Runners wear shorter shorts or tights. We do this for hygiene, sizing, and comfort reasons. We used to pass down shorts, and it's kind of gross. The Parent Association decided to get rid of it because of the main reason, hygiene. Just they don't want shorts passed on. It's kind of gross, especially with their tights and leggings. Spiritwear forms ordering is usually done in March for track items. So you'll look for that email from the Parent Association. Shoes. We have a shoe night. We'll email it out to you guys. There's 2 good running stores in the area. Runners Plus is in Beaver Creek and Dayton Mall. Up and Running is over in Centerville by Dorothy Lane Market, over by the Whip Road there area. Shoes are very important. We recommend shoes every 3 months. And this is the number one cause of injuries if you don't have shoes in the correct shoes. We also recommend you having proper shoes for your events. So spikes, if you're a runner, distance or a sprinter, you should have spikes. Jumpers should have spikes, or they will slip and fall. Throwers should have throwing shoes, and these are the toughest ones to find, but you can find these couple places. We can talk to you about that, and a throwing coach can talk to you about that. Communication. We email on Final Forms once a week usually. Weekly email. Look for that. What else? Parent email list. The parent group will send out information on the parent email list. Remind. We'll send out Remind on the Remind app. It's very important. We'll sign you up for that. Twitter. We put some stuff on Twitter, but I'm getting away from social media. We used to do Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. I've been getting away from that, but we'll post some stuff on Twitter because the school district uses Twitter. That's the main avenue that our superintendent, our principals, our community uses. So we'll use Twitter as our primary social media. But look for these things. These are more important. Social media, and this is what I told you before. We have a new webpage right here, and I'll show you that in a second. That's a Twitter account. That's my email. It's on our website still. That's a Remind app. There's our Final Forms. That's how you sign up for Final Forms. Click on that. Communication with parents. This is a statement I always tell people this with their students. We highly encourage student communication over parent communication. So we want your student to talk to me. If he needs to miss practice or if he's sick, he should email the coach, or she should. Athlete needs to initiate talk to the coach about relays and events. So if they have a problem with an event or a relay or what they want to do, they should talk, not your parents. We do not discuss training or playing time with parents. This is a school rule and state rule, actually. State of Ohio. This is also Ohio High School Athletic Association guideline and Beaver Creek High School guideline. Athletes must take personal accountability with their lives and the sport they are competing in. This is a life skill. Pretty close to our theme this year. Own the process. Part about the process right here is for the athletes to do that. All right, what else do I need to discuss today? Here is the slideshow. Let's go to the schedule now. So, the schedule's right here, and this is very, very tentative. And so you can see indoor, we only have 3 meets. We usually have 6 to 10. Indoor competitions, kids can go to any competition they want to. There's no law about that. And it's kind of a weird sport, but indoor is open for all. So talk to the coaches about going to other meets. We only have the Virginia Showcase, the Spire Showcase, indoor state meet right now because colleges are not letting us go to their places because of COVID. Here's the schedule, and this is on our website. February 22nd is the first day of official practice. We have tryouts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll post those. Tuesday, March 18th, we'll do an inter-squad meet at Beaver Creek Track before spring break starts. Every year we do that, time trials. Then Friday, March 19th and March 20th, we have spring break. When we get back from spring break, we have a Wayne quad meet on March 30th. And then after that, it kind of rolls. April is our major month for track for most people on the team. You can see all these meets, sometimes 2 meets a day. April 16th, we have 3 meets. Then April 22nd, 26th, 28th, we host a JV meet this year at home right before the Wayne invites. And then we have the JV banquet, usually following the JV G-Walk. And this has been moved, and this is still tentative down here. You can see the JV G-Walk on May 14th. So this is tentative, and so is a JV banquet. So we'll look at that. But right now we have it after the last JV meet before the JVG walk by like a week and a half. But JVG walk is usually earlier than this. Prom is May 8th. The banquet right now is Monday, May 10th. We might move it to Monday, May 17th, but we want it before graduation. And graduation is a key date because after graduation, we lose a lot of people due to graduation, obviously. But after this date here is only championship season, we call it. Other sports call it postseason. I do not like that term postseason. I like championship season because the season's still going on. It's not over. It's the most important part of the season. It's championship season. But we only have varsity stick around for that and the alternates for each event. And a lot of people will be done after districts, some more after regionals, and the very lucky few will make it to the state meets on the June 4th and June 5th at Ohio State. So let's look at the calendars real quick. We have a couple calendars we use, and this is a result website. This is called MileSplit. And if you go to MileSplit, just put it in your computer, or oh.milesplit, you can get to MileSplit and you can see the results of almost all of our meets, our rankings, the calendar, athletes. They're all in there. It's a pretty cool website. You can't do everything unless you have an account, pay for an account, but you can see the results. Results are always free. The rankings and results and calendars also free, but the rankings you have to pay for, I believe. So right now you can see this calendar is usually full of hundreds of events. You can see right now there's not many in here for this season for indoor. Usually there are 7 to 8 to 10 events a weekend. And a couple weeks ago, there's only about 5. And so this is a lot more, which is great. Another place is the results. We go to meets that have a timing company always, and all your results go straight to the timing company when you do something. And this is Finish Timing, one of the greatest timing companies there is. But we have, and it's hard to see here, you might not be able to see this because it's a black screen, but there's all these meets that have been canceled. And so you can see the problem with hosting a meet this year at a college. They've all canceled most of their meets because they don't want people on campus. So you can also go back to this website and you can see live results after every single event is done in a meet. It's pretty awesome how they do these live results. So come back. You can even do during the meet, you can download the app and you can get live results as the meet's going on, and you can see your kid's result as the meet's going on. It's really cool. What else? We have our website, Beaver Creek High School Track and Field, and this is part of the high school. You can get to it from the athletic department. But again, here's our information right here. One date I didn't put on there is the ACT date. And I believe that's finalized. I'll have to change that. But you can see the tryouts. We have parent meeting, hopefully. If not, that'll be virtual. We have official rosters will be posted. We have our inter squad. We have our spring break. Everything we just talked about. And then we have all our information I just talked about here. We also have core values of the program, which we talked about today. Right there is our core values. Lots of different core values that we talked about with kids. Plan, purpose, and passion. I like that one a lot. About being a teammate, about the coach, what they'll ask you after the performance. Here's a good one for the parents to ask their student too. Did you have fun? Did you work hard? And at the end, you say, I love you. I don't think you can see that. Parent information. And the parent association will post information here, but you can see there's uniform, volunteer information, spirit wear, and fundraising and shoe night. Varsity life. Boys records, girls records, and varsity standards. Those varsity standards, we usually update them. But here's how to get a varsity letter I talked about before. Lots of different ways to get a varsity letter. 4-year senior, time standard, relays, win in a race, score in a varsity meet at GWalk District, Regional, or State, or compete in at least 4 varsity meets on a Thursday or Friday nights. Home meets, we have that information there for other schools to see. The 2021 season, we have a lot of information right there. Schedule, season information, the directions, our coaches, which if I'll go back to there, you could contact a coach. Well, it's not working for me right now, but you can contact a coach and discuss the season with them or email them if you have any problems. Boys discus workouts videos, shot put videos. And then we also have the Google Classroom that we've done this year. And we've done that with a lot of the, here's my Google Classroom. We've done this with all the events areas. So you can see I have Beaver Creek Track and Field. And I've added a lot of people to that already, and we'll post information in that. These are all my Google Classrooms. This is my cross country one. And then I have my boys distance, which I post things down here too, just the boys distance team. I'm the boys distance coach. And I post workouts here, and it's really nice. So this is it for our slideshow this year. If you have any questions, please email me and talk to me, but I'll upload this to YouTube. It'll be on our website, and we'll hope to have a great year. Hopefully COVID will be over and all the kids will compete without masks, and we'll have an enjoyable year. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thanks.